Hi, Miss Audrey. I am Shuwei from 3M. Today I'm gonna to talk about the background information, the problems, and the solutions for global warming. And my topic is only one Earth. So first, let me introduce you about the background information of global warming. 8 degrees Fahrenheit. It may not sound like much. Perhaps the difference between wearing a sweater and not wearing one on one early spring day. But for the world in which we live, which climate experts project with at least 8 degrees warmer by 2100, should global emissions continue on their current path, this small risk will have grave consequences, ones that already become apparent for every ecosystem and living thing including us. There are so many problems caused by global warming, but I am just gonna talk about three I think is the most important problems caused by global warming. The first problem is more frequent and severe weather. Higher temperatures are worsening many types of disasters, including storms, heat, waves, floods, and droughts. A warmer climate creates an atmosphere that can collect, return, and drops more water, changing the weather patterns in such a way that wet areas become wetter and dry areas drier. The second problem is higher death rates. Today's scientists point to the climate change as the biggest global health threat of 21st century. It's a threat that impacts all of us, especially children, the elderly, low-income communities, and minorities in a variety of direct and indirect ways. As temperatures spike, so does the incidence of illness, emergency room visits, and death. The third problem is higher sea levels. Average temperatures in the Arctic are rising twice as fast as they are elsewhere on Earth, and the world's ice sheets are melting fast. This is not only has grave consequences for the region's people, wildlife, and plants. Its most serious impact may be on raising sea levels. By 2100, it's estimated our oceans will be 1 to 4 feet higher, threatening coastal systems and low-lying areas, including entire island nations and the world's largest cities, including New York, Mumbai, Miami. After talking about the impacts of global warming, I want to talk about what can we do as students to help reduce global warming issues. This is an issue that requires all of us to do our part. At home, on the road, at work, or at study. There are simple things that all we can do to reduce their GHG emissions, whether it is a composting household organic waste, cycling or taking the bus to school, buying local projects, or setting up an always carpool every step helps. However, I list three ways to help as a student. Eating more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, and less meat and dairy can sufficiently lower our environmental impact. Producing plant-based foods generally results in fewer greenhouse gas emissions and requires less energy, land, and water. Walk, cycle, or take public transport. The world's roads are clogged with vehicles. Most of them bring diesel or petrol. Walking or riding a bike instead of driving will reduce greenhouse gas emissions and help our health and fitness. For longer distance, consider taking a train or bus. And last, save energy at home. Much of our electricity and heat is powered by coal, oil, and gas. Use less energy by lowering our heating and cooling, switching to LED light bulbs, and energy efficient electric appliances, washing our laundry with cold water or hanging things to dry instead of using a dryer. And that's it. Thank you for listening.